Gather around. It's time for the show to begin. Ladies and gentlemen, this is...
Hey everyone, my name is Jason.
Hi friends, it's Desiree Josen.
All right, there were so many matches this year that were just too much.
So this won't be a shocker because we've had a handful of really awesome matches that we just can't stop talking about.
How many times have these guys fought? Like it's been quite a bit.
I've been saying this all year. They're just so great to watch. We saw the heel turn coming, and then when it happened, nice and bloody, both dramatic and beautiful.
You are now entering the ring with Chutes and Ladders podcast.
Chutes and Ladders, AEW Spotlight Malakai Black. What's going on, everyone? My name is Jason.
Hi friends, it's Desiree Josen.
Okay, today we are going to put the spotlight on Malakai Black. This has definitely been an interesting career. We're going to talk about his time in WWE and AEW. Yeah, this is interesting to say the least. What are your initial thoughts, Des?
I love this man. I can't get enough of it, and I'm happy we are putting a spotlight on him just because I feel like he just hasn't been given, I guess, the push that he's deserved in the past, I say almost 10 years
yes,
of him doing this.
100% with you on that.
And I just feel like he hasn't been used to where he needs to be, and he's got so much potential, so much to give, and I can't wait to talk about him and see where we think he's going in the future.
Yeah, that's actually the exact same thoughts that I've had. You can tell that he invests heavily into his character. I think a lot of the creative comes from himself, and he absolutely loves it. He gets super into it. Raven is a guy that I love. He talks about ring psychology a lot, and Malakai Black definitely has that. He plays the gimmick so well. Sometimes he'll be in the main event. The next thing you know, you haven't really heard from him. Apparently there's a lot of frustration, which is why he potentially is considering not being with AEW much longer. We'll kind of address that as well. But let's talk about his WWE career. What are some things that stand out to you?
Well, I know he started in NXT in 2017, and he did fairly well there. He was the champion for a little bit of time. What I forgot was that he tagged with Ricochet, which is something that I completely forgot about, and I still can't imagine to this day how those two dynamics worked, because he was Aleister Black and very similar to Malakai, so a very dark aura, and that's what attracted me to him. I like that. I like that mystery. I love the darkness, and I love his agility in the ring because he's got a background in not just wrestling, but also in martial arts. So with the Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu, you see all of that come through. So it's cool to see him work in the ring. And then, he made a jump to WWE, and I feel like that's where he lost his momentum. I feel like he starts off strong, there's always a buildup, and then there's nothing. And it's always that, let's show him in the ring, let's give him a feud, and he feuded with a few people, and almost with Big E when he was the champion, and then days later he was released. So it's just, the guy can't catch a break.
Yeah, 100%. So kind of to just extend upon that, I'm actually with you on that. They gave him vignettes. They gave him a lot of attention. It looked like they were trying to push him. Generally speaking, if someone wins the title in NXT, they're going to get a pretty decent push on the main roster. He did have that title shot, and then next thing you know, he's gone. So maybe there is behind-the-scenes stuff that we don't know about. That's not something that I actually haven't heard anything about behind-the-scenes stuff. But yeah, he just wasn't getting that push. So I'm kind of with you on that. And I actually was excited that he was going to AEW because I thought this would be a fresh start, and I thought that maybe they're going to use him properly. And I don't think that's the case, sadly.
Absolutely not. No.
Yeah, so that actually transitioned. What are your thoughts on his AEW career?
I think
deja vu.
It's one of their biggest complete big mistakes with how they booked him. He started off so strong, and what was really cool is when he was released in WWE, usually there's a 90-day window where there's a non-compete. He was, I think, released in June, and in July of 2021, he made his debut on Dynamite, going after Arn Anderson and Cody Rhodes. And that was a big shock because you weren't expecting him to jump so quickly or see him on TV that quickly. And then they started him off strong. He was winning matches. He was in a feud with Cody. And then, all of a sudden they bring in Brody and Buddy, who is also in WWE, and they make House of Black, which is really awesome. He's a leader of a faction, which is so cool. Still cool to this day when I see their entrance or if I see any of those guys. I think they're the coolest. And it's just, it's like they get there and nothing happened. And they pushed Brody instead of Malakai, and then all of a sudden they win trios titles, which is fine. That's really awesome because they're powerhouses. But what about Malakai? Like, he's our top guy, and there's no doubt he is, and I think he would have been a really awesome champion, but it's like they dropped the ball again, which is I think it's a never-ending story for AEW creative. Like, they pick a guy, they push him, they get us excited, and then bam, nothing.
So yeah, I'm actually 1000% with you on this as well. When he was feuding with Cody, I honestly thought AEW had a very unique opportunity to say, hey, look, the guys that weren't used properly in WWE, we're going to take. The fans are behind these guys. The fans knew that these guys weren't pushed to their max ability. Let's push them all to the top. This would be the ultimate clapback at WWE and capturing their audience. And just like you said, that's not what happened. And I got to be honest, the trio titles, yeah, it's cool. But to me, the trio titles is like, listen, we don't know what else to do with you, so here you go. So, yeah, and I got to be honest, when he was feuding with Cody, I thought that was like his moment. Even if he didn't win at first,
yeah,
I thought eventually that was going to set it up to where he was going to win. No, the booking on that was absolutely awful. So it's kind of deja vu of what happened to him in WWE. And I hate to say this, but I think it's time for him to jump back over. And now with Triple H at the helm, I think he's going to see that this guy can soar.
And speaking of this, I read this. I don't know. It sounds about right, but I said that he debuted in 2021. It is now January 2025. Granted, the last time we saw him on TV was in November, which was that match with Adam Cole, which was really weird at the end because he walks over and hugs him and they have this nice embrace and he leaves. So that was, I feel like his, this is my last match with AEW, goodbye kind of thing. But I read that he has had less than 20 singles matches in the 3 years that he's been here. And I was like, that can't be true. And then when I'm going through his history, it's either been a tag or a trios, or he just walked out with Buddy or Brody or Julia. And it just blows my mind. How can you give someone with that much experience and that giant push not even 15 to 20 matches in a 3-year span? Granted, there's probably other things. I know there were some personal things and some injuries. However, that is insane to me for that. I don't know, but I do know his contract is pretty much done. It was supposed to be technically done in 2027, but there's a clause where the last 2 years are optional with AEW. So I think he's smart and has bowed out. And I think it was done, or it will be done, end of February. So that's probably why we didn't get to see him in Rumble, which would have been really fun to see him jump back. But I feel like his next step should be going back to WWE, because when he was booked in NXT as champion, that was Triple H's NXT. And then he moved over to Vince's WWE, which is probably why he creatively was just released. So hopefully now with Triple H, handling WWE creatively now, it'll all work out for him. So
yeah, I'm with you. All right, so final thoughts. You think he goes back to WWE and flourishes?
absolutely, 100%. And you know what? What's really cool about him? He's got his own performance center, you know, in Plant City. He's got the Dark Arts Gym. He's got other things going on. So the guy is prepared and doing other things and so successful. So I'm pushing for him. I want him to excel and be the best. So if he goes to WWE, let's get him going.
Yeah, 100% with you. I think they're going to do it right this time, just like it did with Cody, hopefully. But yeah, jump back, check, bro. We Shoots and Ladders supports you, that's for sure.
Yes.
All right, that actually wraps up this episode. What are your thoughts on Malakai Black? Give it to us. DM us at the Shoots and Ladders. Like always, please like, share, and subscribe both on YouTube and Spotify. Once again, my name is Jason.
I'm Desiree Josen.
Okay, until next time, have a blessed day and a blessed week.
Bye, friends.
Shoots and Ladders. Follow us for more content